everyone, just checking in to see how you're doing. I hope you're doing well. And also to talk to you about your Puritan Life source analysis assignment. I will be providing your feedback and grade on the Puritan Life source analysis later this evening. But before I talk about the Puritan Life source analysis feedback, I want to talk to you a little bit about why I assign source analysis. The first reason is because I want you to be able to retrieve information from historical sources and be able to put it into historical context. The sources are intended to either complement or supplement the lecture or the lecture materials. The second reason is because I want you to learn how to analyze an historical source versus summarize an historical source. And the difference is this. To summarize something is basically just pulling out information and regurgitating the details or the information from the source. But analysis is where you have to take an historical question and review a source and then pull out information that helps you answer that historical question. So my intent here is for you to do more of an analysis, not just a regurgitation of information. And then finally, the source analysis is a foundation for an essay that you will be writing later in this course. In the essay, you are required to include a thesis statement along with details from sources, and you will have to cite those sources. So I'm trying to get you used to doing that through the source analysis. So the source analysis, think of it in terms of the answer to the source question is your thesis statement, and the examples you pull from the sources as your evidence to support that thesis statement. So that's the idea. Okay, so let me talk about the Puritan Life source analysis. I saw a couple of issues. The first one is make sure that you are reading the instructions in the assignment. Make sure you read them carefully and thoroughly. For example, in this source analysis, I had you choose 5 primary sources. And some of you just analyzed 3, but I wanted you to analyze 5. And each source analysis may be a little bit different, so make sure that you are reviewing the instructions carefully. Also, make sure you are following the source analysis template. I provided a link to that template in the module. I also have the template. It's in the module that says, I believe it says tutorials and templates. So make sure you're using the format, because that's what I'm looking for. And the format is, first of all, you need to provide an answer to the source question in 1 or 2 sentences. I don't need a whole paragraph. 1 or 2 sentences is all I want. So what you'll have to do is review all of the sources and then go back and answer that question. That's the easiest way to do it. I mean, you're welcome to do it the other way, but you really need to review everything and then come up with the answer to that question. And then for each of those sources, you are to provide the title of the source, the author of the source, and the date of the source. And sometimes the date's not available, sometimes the author's not available, but provide the information that is available to you for each of the sources. Now, it is okay to combine a couple of the sources if the example from those sources is similar. For example, in the Puritan Life source analysis, parental obedience is important in the Puritan society. So you could pull those examples from each of those sources, but make sure that you are listing both of those sources and then referencing where you pulled that example. So it's okay if you want to, for example, if you wanted to put the title, the author, year of one of them, and then the title of the author of the year of the second one, and then reference back to each of those titles in your paragraph. That's okay to do. Most of you didn't do that. Most of you did do the 5 separate paragraphs, and that's fine. In the rubric, it does say 3 to 5 paragraphs, and that's what I mean when I say 3 to 5. Most of you did 5, and I mainly put that in there because I don't want you just doing a couple of sentences. I want those to be paragraphs. So make sure you're doing that. And then finally, be careful with your capitalization and spelling. For example, Puritain is capitalized. Make sure that you go back and you edit it, because I do count off for grammar and spelling and all types of capitalization and grammar mechanics and such. So make sure that you do that. Okay, that is all for now. If you have any questions about any of the assignments, if you have a question about the feedback I provide you or on this Puritain Life assignment, I'm happy to answer any of your questions or clarify anything for you. And if you ever don't understand instructions for an assignment, or you can't find something, or it doesn't make sense to you, please ask me. I can't help you if I don't know you have a question. There is that question module that's located on the homepage or in the Learner Modules page. And there's also, you can also just email me privately if you'd like to, either from Canvas or directly to me. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I hope you have a terrific week.